I made a patchwork camo ski jacket to attract a goth girlfriend. Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm a stand-up comedian with a degree in fashion design, and I'm single, and I'm trying to change that. So this is a series called Making Clothes to Attract a Goth Girlfriend. In the last video, I made a patchwork skirt that was way too tall, and many of you commented saying that you thought I was only going to make clothes for myself. Well, the original intent of the video was to make clothes for a future girlfriend for her to claim. This does feel like a good opportunity to reroute. So, from now on, I will be making clothes for myself or for a future girlfriend. A little bit of both. And before we get started, I just want to get ahead of all the not goth comments that are going to be incoming. Look, I named this series before I really figured out what I was doing. If there's any goth girl out there who sees what I'm making and decides they want to steal it from my closet on days that you don't want to go full goth regalia, my DMs are open. So a while back, I made this jacket. It's inspired by the ski jackets I loved wearing as a kid, with a hood that zips up fully to cover the face. I love it. I wear it all the time. But as everything goes, there are parts I would change. It's a little too baggy, the sleeves are a little too long, and the rib knit just doesn't really match with the rest of the jacket. Then, I got a new job, and the team I work on wears camo every Wednesday. Having no camo in my closet already, this felt like a good opportunity to make a new jacket and fix those things I didn't like. As complicated as the jacket looks, the construction is actually quite simple. It's a straightforward raglan jacket design. It's got ease added to accommodate for the insulation. The center front is lowered a few inches to accommodate for years of bad eating habits. It's got welt pockets on the side because what good jacket doesn't have welt pockets? And the 3-paneled hood to zip up and cover the face. The fabric is made of thrifted military jackets and pants. Now, the soldiers who wore these before me were way smaller than I was. So what I had to do was cut up each garment and then cut those into 7-inch squares and piece those together until they fit each pattern piece I was making. After that, I quilted each piece onto 1-inch thick insulation. In other words, I made a jacket-shaped blanket. And since camo is a pattern that's designed to never be seen, I felt it was only appropriate to line this with offensively bright orange fleece, and then orange thread, orange zippers, orange rib knit, orange shock cord, orange everything. I realized I could skip out on cutting the front and back pieces individually and instead piece the pattern pieces together and cut out one giant bodice piece. Look, Ma, no side seams. The trade-off, however, is that now I have to stitch the raglan sleeve closed before attaching it to the jacket. Then came the hood, which attaches like a collar. A really tall collar. A really tall collar that goes over your head and face. And then, of course, adding the welt pockets, because every girl loves pockets. I think I said this in the last video, but it's still true. If a girl is wearing something and you compliment it and it has pockets, it will be the first, second, and 7th thing she tells you about it. Once the shell pieces were attached together, I finished it off by adding the zipper and the rib knit. The lining was constructed almost the exact same way. I had leftover fabric from the pants and jackets that I thrifted to add more pockets to the inside, because you can never have too many pockets. Did you not just hear me say that? Like right before this? The lining of the hood was traced with shock cords. This will allow the wearer to cinch the hood tight to the head in those extra windy situations and keep the hood from flying away. I've never done shock cords before, so to be honest, this part was a bit of a headache for me. I also attached small pieces of ribbon at the underarm, neck, and shoulder seams. This is so later when I attach the shell and the lining together, I can attach those ribbons to the shell, and that'll let the shell and lining be close to each other without so much friction that they're going to tear at each other's seams. They're like siblings. You want them to be a close family, but they need independent rooms. The last step was to join the lining and the shell together, and voila! We got us a chunky jacket for a chunky boy. This jacket is awesome. It's super warm. Unfortunately, so has Utah been this winter. There haven't been enough cold days to really justify wearing it, but when there has been, hot damn does this jacket make it comfortable. As a chunky boy, I've fallen in love with chunky jackets lately. They're an easy way to add layer and structure to any outfit. The number of times I've looked for any reason to leave the house just as an excuse to wear the jacket is pretty high. Now, it's inspired off ski jackets, but technically speaking, I don't think this jacket would do well in skiing conditions, especially when the jacket gets wet. The fabric just really isn't designed for those situations, so I do hesitate to call it a ski jacket, even if it is trying to emulate the look of those ski jackets I loved as a kid. Now, the things I would change about this are the things that I was mostly new to, like the shock cords. I'm just not confident that I did them right. Also, the quilting, which I haven't done a lot of before, could have been a little more consistent. But all in all, I'm super happy with this one and how it came out. It's going to stay in my closet for years to come. I love it, and I hope she does too. But what do you think? Do you like it? Is this something you would wear? What should I make next? Tell me about it in the comments. Like and subscribe. God, I hate saying that. Just subscribe, okay? If you want to see more of these, subscribe, like it. It'll put more of these videos up your way. I'm making more. I don't want to beg for you to like and subscribe and comment, though. I hate that. But like and subscribe, you know? And as always, peace, love, dopamine.